Hello everyone, welcome to your weekly tarot reading. So today I'm going to do our reading using the Riderwaite Oracle and clarifying with the Gypsy Fortune deck. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle the cards. Alright, Riderwaite Tarot for 10 cards for a Celtic crossbred reading. What messages do you have for the collective at this time? What messages do you have for the collective at this time? I just did a oracle reading using the spell casting oracle deck over on my Facebook page if you would like to hop over there and check that out. Shuffle the Gypsy Fortune. What messages? Prepare yourself to clarify. What messages do you have for the collective at this time? What messages do you have for the collective at this time? So keep in mind, we are in today is the last day of Mercury retrograde. So you definitely want to give at least a week for Mercury to get itself, straightened out in the sky. And then all should be clear. All right, let's see what's at hand. Okay. So, we have quite a few major arcanas here. So, it looks as though there's been a huge change in your life. I would say that this change could be, definitely around your home. And, usually when we have the tower here in the base of the reading, usually when the tower comes about, it's because we knew something was coming. Well, hold on a second. We've been asking and wanting change, and we could have been getting nudges, that change was coming or something was going to happen.
Usually, when the tower shows itself, it is, we were somewhat not taking the nudges to make those said changes. So the universe kind of comes in and kind of blows shit up to create the change for you, since you weren't really listening to the nudges that it was trying to tell you to make. So there is some type of what would you say, sudden change or release or painful loss or tragedy, a blow up. Something here has happened. So because of this, you have somewhat felt discontent, stagnant, feeling like you're somewhat kind of stuck, but you've now come out of that. Now the challenge here is walking away from something. So it's like, and we do have the Hierophant over here, which is all about, they say, this can be either a marriage between two people, or this is just like your spiritual beliefs. And if it's a marriage, then I could definitely say, there was some type of shake-up that happened, whether someone needed to walk away and wouldn't walk away. Someone wanted to walk away, but yet maybe stuck in it for all the wrong reasons, and then the universe came in and somewhat like shook things up a little bit. So that's kind of like what I'm seeing here. You have to apply this to your situation, because this is a collective reading. It is a general reading. But I would say that with this Hangman in reverse here,
You've gained a new perspective on this situation, on this blow up, this shake up, this sudden change. There's a new perspective where I think you are now starting to see where you should have walked away in the past, but maybe you didn't. I'm almost getting the feeling like there was a time in the not so long distant past where you were like, now looking back, you're like, I should have left then. I should have gotten out then, but you didn't. And because you didn't leave then, I feel like when the universe was like trying to guide you and tell you to, that's when this tower came in and just, wreaked havoc somewhere. But, the Hierophant here in the past, this is like, a lot of times in most of the readings, this is, about a marriage or a partnership. But if this doesn't apply to your marriage, then it could just be applying to your tradition, your conformity, your morality, your ethics, your spiritual wisdom. It's also a number of 5, so great change. You could have, been looking to someone else, like a preacher or a pastor or someone of significance for advice, and maybe they gave you the advice to stay, but you actually should have walked away and you didn't. So that created a shakeup. And if that's the case, whatever the case is here in that situation, whether you look to, someone else for guidance or whether this is about your partner, it looks like in the past you should have walked away from something, but you didn't. And because you didn't leave or let it go, then now this is kind of, the tower has now come in and kind of shaken things up. And I would say too that it's thrown you off. Because here you're not in your element right now. So you've got like self-doubt, weakness, you may feel insecure, your energy might be low, your emotions might be raw. Whatever this is, it's really kind of thrown you for a loop here. You're not quite sure exactly what to do. You may even be in the midst of, should I leave or should I go? You need to walk away and leave the situation behind, but you're kind of like, either you don't know, or there's something within this tower that has gotten you to a point where you're not sure if you can leave. Because maybe now, like if you haven't left, or let me see, how can I word this? If you haven't left, but you're wanting to leave, but it's almost like you can't leave, like you may not have the money or something together to be able to, then you feel like this has kind of created a rock bottom moment for you, especially if you saw in the past, you should have left then. You had the money and the means to leave then, but you didn't. You listened to someone else instead of listening to your own intuition, and you stayed. And now it's gotten you in a situation where you don't have the means or the funds to leave. That could be the case. So you'll have to apply this because, this is a general collective reading. It may not be everybody's story. So, but anyways, so at this point, this really has you feeling off. You don't have faith in this situation whatsoever. So, but anyways, I almost kind of get that whoever this is around, whether, and look, this could, if this isn't you in your scenario, this could definitely be someone that you're dealing with. So this doesn't necessarily have to mean this is going on in your life. It could be going on in someone else's life that's in your immediate circle. So, and if this isn't you, then this could very well be someone that's married and, their marriage has been on the rocks and they've been knowing that they needed to leave and exit this situation. but for some reason they haven't. So now that I'm getting over here, I'm feeling like this person, whoever this reading is around, I'm feeling like they haven't left yet. They're needing to walk away from this situation. But they feel like, whoever this is, feels like they have too much invested in this situation. They could have been, together 8 years, 8 months. There's a lot of emotional investment invested in this dynamic. I definitely feel like this is around a marriage. But someone here is being asked to walk away. But it's almost like they know they need to. Something has come in to really open their eyes to see that they need to leave this situation. And then it's maybe because even though they see it and they know, they're not really wanting to. So the universe is coming in and kind of fucking shit up. Somewhat like, you forcing someone eventually to leave. But it almost seems like they are not really wanting to budge. Even though they know they need to leave. They know they need to walk away. Somebody does. And it could be like, if this could be about the man here in the dynamic. He knows he needs to leave, but he's not wanting, he's not really taking the initiative to leave because he's got so much, invested into this dynamic. And the female here is just like, she could be really wearing on him and his emotions and his feelings, and she could be the one that's really keeping him stuck, not really wanting to let him go. And if that's the case, she could be throwing in his face, well, we've got this and this and this, we've got kids, we've got, all this money tied up and all these investments, and we've been doing this and we did that, and how are we going to explain this to our family and tell everyone? So I would say that, got the Tower here in the base of this reading. So something came in and happened. It could have happened at their home, where either they had a house fire, or they could have had like a tree lightning strike or something that just really kind of fucked shit up for them, tore everything apart or whatever. But something definitely happened to, a sudden revelation, a sudden to kind of blow it up, shake it up, to really open someone's eyes. And and if nothing really happened like physically, like their house, if their house didn't catch fire, or they didn't have a tree fall or lightning strike or an explosion of some sort, then this really could have just been an argument or something. Because this feminine up here is really like, the Strength in Reverse card, like she's weak. She's very weak in this scenario. So she's using everything she has, whether it's the kids or the past or the bullshit. She's really using her weaknesses right now to pull on this man's heartstrings. Anyway, so this is presently speaking, but moving over, into the next 3 days to 3 weeks, there's procrastination still. There's immaturity, there's a lack of follow through, there's unrealistic goals. Like someone's missing the opportunity here. One of the two in this dynamic is being asked to start something new, to leave, to go off, to strike off and go somewhere else. Pack, leave your shit behind. Forget about your stuff. Take the necessities and just go. Someone I feel like this is whoever this hangman is here. Whoever this hangman is. Now, this is the reverse hangman. Okay, the reverse hangman. Whoever this is, whoever received this awakening or this enlightenment or this realization around this dynamic, he's the one, he knows he wants to leave. But there's still something keeping him. This feminine might be holding him by his shoelaces. You know, you can't go because we got this, and what about that? How are people going to see us then? And what are people going to think of me? And look at what you're doing to me. So, because I feel like this is her. Like, she's very defensive. Fighting, combative, whatever that is. And he's just like, I just need to get a few things and go. So it could be, well, it could be that he is actually. Alright, so I'm getting, there's like one of three scenarios here. He is going to leave. He might actually, because of this argument or this fight or whatever this is here that happened in this tower, he's actually like, you know, I just need to get a few things and I'm going to go. He's not taking all of his shit. He's just getting a few things and he's leaving. And then she's over here like, no, you can't go. You got to stay. We got shit we got to do. And so there's hopes here that I almost feel like on this feminine side, there's hopes that, and she, I feel like, is definitely going to be trying to work this out with him and giving it everything she has. She's hoping that she's going to be able to give it everything she's got to be able to make him stay and to be able to work through this. And he's over here like hoping that he's got everything he has within him to make this work. But the type of work that I'm seeing on his end is of one that's like, he's hoping that he's going to be able to hold down his job. He's hoping that he's going to be able to have time to go see, like, to get legal advice, or he's hoping that he's going to be able to work the situation out where he can leave and get away from this situation and get away from it peacefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So, I just looked up and saw something that reminded me of the Seven of Pentacles. So, anyways, you know, Seven of Pentacles is seeing where you invested wisely and where you didn't, taking stock and getting rid of what works and what doesn't work, and then, you know, feeding and nurturing and looking after what does work. So anyways, but this masculine up here could very well be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. He is, at the end of all this, which, you know, this reading is good for 30 days, so by the middle of next month, he's really going to be able to take stock of his life and where he's been, where he's going, and what he's doing, and who he's doing it with. So he's protective, he's innovative, he's inspiring, he's magnetic. You know, he's got his shit together. He has his shit together. Now she, on the other end, or whoever this masculine's dealing with here, I don't think has their shit together. She probably looks like a hot mess. But he's got his shit together. He took the things he needed to survive with him when he went. So here he is, you know, he's looking at what he's got before him and what all he has to deal with and how he's going to go about doing that. So, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands, Temperance, the Five of Wands, and the Five of Swords. So, there is a lot of bickering and fighting around him, but he is focused. He is going to be, I feel like at the end of this scenario, he's going to be focused on the new stuff. He's going to be receiving a lot of good news. He's going to be outgoing. He's going to have like a childlike cheerfulness. He'll be creative, confident, you know. And it's almost like, and I know not everyone is going to resonate or believe in what I say or agree with what I say. But I feel like in my lifetime, what I've seen and experienced is, you know, when Spirit, which is, you know, right here, when Spirit says to you, you know, you've got to either get rid of this or change this. And, I mean, that can be, you know, a 20-year marriage. It can be a 10-year commitment to a job. You know, it can be a child. You know, it's like when Spirit tells you that you have got to leave that be and get out of it, it's like when we listen to our intuition and when we get out of it or let it go or walk away from it, we do in a way get rewarded for it. There is rewards. Like, you can be stuck in a 25-year marriage or a 20-year marriage, and you've been knowing for the past 5 years that this marriage was no longer working for you. You were sticking in it just for the sake of the kids. But now it's like, you know, the kids are getting older, and you're just like, I'm tired of sticking. And, you know, the kids could be like getting on your nerves. And then it's like, I can't believe I've been sticking into this long for these kids, and then look how these kids have turned out. And it's like you feel like you're stuck, you've been through the ringer, you're tired, whatever. But, you know, universe and Spirit's been asking you to walk away, to get out of the situation for a hot minute. You ain't been listening. And so then it's like, you know, when you get out of it and you walk away from it, then it's like the floodgates of heaven open up and all kinds of things and wonderful things start happening for you. So it's because you listened to Spirit and you got out of it. You walked away from it. And, you know, sometimes that's harder said than done. But I feel like that's the case here for this masculine. Like, once this masculine packs up his little necessities and leaves, and trust me, this woman's going to be over here trying to keep him hostage. Like, no, don't go, please, begging you, whatever. Okay? And she might even, because of this card here, because it's in reverse, she might be doing stupid shit to, like, keep him to stay. But once he gets his stuff and he leaves, he's going to see a huge difference in his life. Like, things are going to start moving forward for him. He's going to start to feel better. Like, there's going to be healing around him and within him. He's going to get, you know, rewards for his hard work, whether like through jobs or contracts opening up or things coming available for him. There is going to be competition around him and pettiness, but I feel like it's because of this feminine over here, and he's going to have to play his cards right in this whole scenario. He is really going to have to play his cards right because, you know, it's at first she's going to be combative, however you say it. But it's like once he walks away and he leaves and he's gone and she knows and figures out that he's gone and he's not coming back, then she's really going to get bitter. Like this 5 of Swords over here, that's like win at all cost. So she's going to be slinging her words around like, fuck you, motherfucker, you ruined my life, screw you. I hope you eat shit and die or some shit, okay? So, you know, she's going to be over here really trying to wreak havoc in his life at all costs. So he's really going to have to play his cards right on that one. Alright, what does this Hanged Man here have to do with? This reverse Hanged Man. What does this reverse Hanged Man have to do with? The Sun. Okay, so for real, there was definitely some type of enlightenment here for him. Yep, and this involves a love scenario. So this masculine definitely. Now, here's another thing. Now, keep in mind, I'm just clarifying. This is not for everybody, but I feel like somebody got caught doing something around the money. But I'll tell you this, if the feminine over here, this one right here, if she was using his money, like if he doesn't know where all his money went, and he might be angry, he might be mad because his money's missing and he don't know where it went, and she could have taken his money and been using it for stuff. But you know what though? He left either his bank account or the safe, he left it wide open. It's not like he was watching it or guarding it, but it got missing and now he's mad. Like, where the hell's my money? And I think she got caught doing something with it. So maybe that's the thing that caused this disruption. What is this Tower here? What caused this disruption between these two? What caused this disruption between these two? Alright, so somebody's loyalty. So, this is around a broken marriage. So, he may have discovered where his loyalties lied and where they didn't. They had made a commitment and a promise here in some way, shape, or form, and someone didn't stick to it. And it almost seems like, I don't know if this woman, like, all the time faking or trying to play out that she was sick so he wouldn't leave. She played the, oh, I don't feel good card to kind of just keep him to stick around. But something happened where someone was lying about something. She could have even said that she was pregnant to keep him to stay at one point in time, and come to find out she wasn't pregnant. Or she could have faked a miscarriage and come to find out she wasn't actually pregnant to begin with to keep him to stay. What is this Hierophant card here? I just saw agreement. So what is this Hierophant card here? Alright, so when I laid this card down on I haven't used this Gypsy Fortune deck in a minute. So when I said that was the sun, that was not the sun, that was fireworks. So something blew up, whether it was like an argument or conversation that just got heated and went, more bigger than what it should have. But something blew up that gave him some type of awareness, insight to the scenario here. Yeah, so broken promise here. So I would say that there is a broken promise here. There's definitely a commitment here where someone got caught doing something else. Someone got caught here either lying, cheating, or stealing. And it could have been that, the woman in this scenario was taking the money and just running through it, or putting it in places, hiding it, buying stuff and lying about it and saying she wasn't when she actually was. And she, the masculine found out about it, so it ticked him off. And anyway, so what is this Strength card in reverse here? What is this Strength card in reverse? What is this Strength card here in reverse? Look, that's the Strength card in reverse on top of the Strength card in reverse. So the pig here is like the Strength card in reverse. Yeah, so this female is receiving messages from this masculine while she's at home that he's leaving. And that's going to cause, major heartache and heartbreak. When that pig card is upright, it means pearls before swine. But here it is in the reverse. And I'm telling you, it ain't going to be all pearls before swine now. So he's leaving. He may have either left her a letter, sent her a text message, something, and told her that he's out. He don't want to be with her no more. He's decided to leave the home. She can have the house, but he's gone. And anyways, so I'm sure she's probably going to start acting the fool because of that. What does this Page of Pentacles in reverse here have to do with? What does this Page of Pentacles in reverse have to do with? Well, that was a good old knock. Yeah. So, this is like the Seven of Swords in reverse. So there is going to be healing from the scenario, but it could very well take a little bit longer than anticipated. There's definitely, there has definitely been a fight, an argument between these two where I don't know if one of them hit the other where it could have gotten physical. One of them, she could have thrown something at him and it broke something. But something in this partnership has been shattered. Someone was being sneaky and deceptive, and I feel like she could be using anything and everything at this point to try and keep him to stay. But, there's definitely, I still think that regardless of when he leaves, they're still going to be arguing. She's still going to be using anything and everything she's got to try to get him to come back. But it's going to take a little bit longer than what's anticipated here. He's really going to have to play his cards right. Just know that it could take, it could take a really good month before she really figures out or comes to the conclusion, the realization that, okay, he's serious. He's not coming back this time. So, and it could be that it's going to take at least a good year to get this situation also sorted out. So, alright, what is this Fool here? What is this Fool here? Yeah, so he's really walking away from this love situation. This is, all about a breakup. Yep, we've got heartbreak, change. Yeah, so he's leaving this, breakup. He's walking away from it. There's no love there anymore, for sure. Clouds of change are coming in to really change things up. This female, the feminine here in this situation, is really going to be angry, bitter, and heartless. So there's going to be some huge changes going on around her home. What does this Seven of Wands here have to do? What is this Seven of Wands here? So this feminine, is still very much, in her heart space about what she cares about, what she loves. And she, I would say, is going to be confessing to him still that, she loves him, she wants to work it out or whatnot. I would say that this is really going to be, this can come at, she's really going to be bringing her wrath upon him in this situation. Could be making promises to work things out with him. She could be saying, that she very well could be saying that she's pregnant. Okay, if she hadn't already played this card, she could play this card. She could be playing, woe is me, I'm sick, I need you to, you know, help look after me or the house. We have such a great house and home life, you know, we can't just let it. And, you know, it could be, too, that she's trying to keep up with the Joneses, and he's not really all for keeping up with the Joneses. He just wants, like, you know, a mediocre life, and he's content with that, but yet she wants to look and have, you know, this lifestyle that he's not really for. He's not about that. He doesn't need to have, you know, a white picket fence and all that glitter is gold shit where she has to have that. So, anyways, okay, what does this King of Wands here have to do with? What is this King of Wands? Yeah, so, you know, he might apologize to her for fighting. And then these are the ones that fell out. So, we've got the King of Wands with the King of Wands here. Okay, so I would say that he's definitely a fire sign, or he's got it somewhere in his chart. And if it's not that it's in his chart, then it's just that he's taking action here. He's backing up everything he says with his words and his actions. He's just not sitting there talking. He's talking, but he's also doing. So, you know, he might apologize to her for arguing with her or fighting with her. If he hit her, he might apologize, because this one right here can mean that somebody hit the other. So, I mean, he could have hit her. He could have thrown something at her. He could have, you know, thrown it at her, but didn't hit her and hit something else, but he intended to hit her. You know, there's some type of fight here that happened between these two, and I would say that, you know, he will apologize for doing it, but I don't think that he's really going to go back, so to speak. So, you know, someone was being sneaky here and stealing, and I also don't feel like this is the first time it's happened. So, you know, she could have been doing this. She could have been using more money than what she was supposed to, and, you know, she could have done this before and made promises that she wouldn't do it again, but she did it again, and then this has been the straw that broke the camel's back. So anyways, there's going to be a lot of new, you know, messages coming back and forth around this masculine about, you know, his future and where he's going to go and what he's going to do. Also healing energy and having peace and moderation and balance in his life. But there's still going to be, you know, pesky arguments and fighting. So, let me see. Is this masculine leaving this feminine within the following 30 days? Is this masculine leaving this feminine within the following 30 days? Alright, so look, I don't know, and I can't say for sure, that he's going to leave and, like, be done with this situation within a 30-day time period, okay? I'm going to say this, because she, I think, is going to pop up and say that she's ill, or something's happened, and she's not doing good, she's not able to take care of the kids or something. So I feel like she's going to play that card, and it might somewhat keep him around. But I do and still think that he knows he's got to get out of the situation. It just might take longer than what he plans. So, will he leave by the end of February? Will he leave by the end of February? Will he leave by the end of February? Will he leave in March? Will he leave in March? Will he leave in April? Lord. So, look, this is, again, this is a general reading, okay? I feel like this woman, the wife here, and the dynamic. Now, if they're not actually legally married, they've been together long enough to have like a common law marriage. Okay, they've been together long enough, lived together to have, you know, an established relationship. Okay. So the female here in this situation is really going to be like sneaking around, really using her tactics here and everything up under the sun and up under her sleeves to keep him from leaving. So I don't know exactly how long it's going to be for him to leave, because I asked for, you know, if he left in February, March, and April. And these are all in reverse. So King of Wands in reverse, the Luck card in reverse, and the Safe card in reverse. So I'm not exactly sure when this masculine, you know, it could be that this masculine just takes a few things and stays at a friend's house, a friend of his house, rents out a room or something in the meantime while he's going back and forth. But I feel like in February, he's really going to be disgruntled and angry because of having to deal with this situation. He may feel in March like his luck has just run ragged, like his luck has run out. And then he may feel by April that his money is just going down the drain, either because of her or just this situation in general. And I'm telling you, there's something going on at his home where money is just being taken from him that he just doesn't know about. So anyways, alright, so that's all I have for you. Please feel free to let me know in the comments how this resonated and who this, you know, how this is going down for you. Anyways, if you want an additional reading, you know, pop over to my Facebook page. If you want a personal reading for yourself, I'm offering a Celtic cross spread reading like this for $50. You do get clarification on these. If you would like to ask 3 additional questions to be answered at the end of the reading, that reading is $60. So message me. Keep in mind that I only receive payment through PayPal. And then if you message me on YouTube or comment, you know, I might get that message in a few days, up to a week. I don't really get on the YouTube channel that much. I operate from my Facebook page, which is The Urban Woman 222. So if you find me over there, now that one, you know, I answer pretty quick, okay, because it goes to my phone, it goes to my computer, all that stuff. So if you want a personal reading, just reach out to me there and we'll go from there. All right, so this is where I'll leave you. Take care, and I'll see you again here for our next reading. Namaste.